Let us say the Purusha Rama of Ramayana is the Purusha of Sankhya. This is a very well laid down theory. You can relate to it concept by concept, how the Rama Sita separation happens, how their unification happens, how the Maulikardhas of Sankhya, the Prakriti Purusha, Samyoga, Viyoga, all these concepts can be seen through Ramayana. It is philosophically true. I mean, true in the sense it is applicable as a metaphysical concept. At the same time, it is also a living presence. The melting of mind that happens when you say Rama or feel Rama, that is there. And that does not contradict the fact that this is also at the same time a metaphysical reality. And it is because it is encompassing all these several layers that Devata is like that. And which is why Devata is so important in our knowledge of the world. Because your experience of the world, ultimately, regardless of its formulas or the theory behind it, it is your direct first-hand experience of the world. You can see the world, you can experience the world. So that part can't be negated. Do you have to scientifically verify it? No, there is no need. When there is an experience, you don't care about science or anything, anybody trying to explain what that experience is, unless you are trying to systematize into a better experience.
Yes, which is probably the purpose of this conversation. Yeah, so, and which has been my experience in our conversations, right? It's actually, to repeat your word, systemize it to, the knowledge to have a better experience, right? I mean, I don't have an experience of a Devata, but just my relationship has deepened.
But you know for a fact that when you meditate on Devata, your mind melts.
Yes.
You have that experience.
Yes.
It is a reality, a living presence for you.
Yes, it is.
Now, does it elevate
or even
itself?
Not only meditate on the form of a Devata, but just inside an area which supposedly is of that Devata. So just the sheer energy you start to feel. You enter a space, it quietens you down. Of course, that experience lives. And different places, you get a different sense of experience.
So, exactly. So, that is the whole Mantra Shastra of the Veda. Or ultimately, whatever you say, it is ritualistic, whatever. The core text of Veda is the mantras, right? And then you have the yajna where the mantra is applied, all these things. But the Samhita is basically the mantra towards the Devata. The Agni, Indra, Rudra, Vishnu, all these Devatas, their mantras. It's basically revealing us the nature of those Devatas. It is also telling us how we relate to those Devatas and what we should do so that we are deriving the best benefits in our life. So no matter how scientific the Vaiseshika, the Advaita, all these concepts are, all these theories are, this aspect they have never rejected. The reality of Devatas, or reality of the world in itself. Because every Devata is one understanding of the world on end of the day. No, the Advaita is not rejecting the reality of the Devata. Veda is expounding the Devata very directly. There is...
Yes, that's clear. Okay.
That's clear. And that we are relating to, we are practicing it. We have its experience, we have its fruits. Now, these things, what is Advaita or Vaiseshika or Nyaya or Mimamsa or Sankhya doing? They are trying to put this in a perspective and say, this is what Veda is actually telling you about the causation of the world. Now, why does it tell? Because ultimately there is an apparent reality of the world. They also posit that there is an essential reality of the world, which may or may not be the same as what we are seeing. The gross reality is there, then there is a subtle reality. The subtle is causing the gross. So you understand the subtle, you can control the gross better. Let us say in our own life, we understand how things work. We can deal with them better. How people think and how people react. We know this. We can deal with them better. So it's a similar dynamic. You understand how the world works. We can derive our experiences better from the world in our life.
Correct. Yeah.
And the whole ritual is directed towards that. You call it materialistic, you call it spiritual. This is all just jugglery of words, but ultimately this is the reality. You know how the world works. You know how to make your life better. So Devata is giving you certain things. You say Devata is giving, or you have done the ritual and Devata is bound to give you. There is a theory around it.
Sure.
Devata is a mantra baddha. Devata is bound to come whenever you invoke the mantra.
Hmm.
But provided you have certain devotion, you have elevated your mind, all these prerequisites are met, Devata is bound to confer the grace or whatever. Beyond this is a reality that they have taken for granted, the darshanas. They are not trying to explain this. The Sankhya or Vedanta or anything, they have taken this for granted, that the Veda is telling about this and this far is an axiomatic knowledge. This is true. We are not trying to prove or disprove. We are theorizing further for those people who have taken this to be true.
Got it.
We are not arguing with people who have not taken this to be axiomatic.
Very nice. Okay.
Beyond that, now they are trying to put further theorizing, saying these are the principles, underlying principles for the creation. You understand these principles, you can transcend the phenomenal aspects of life into a deeper happiness. How misery is coming, how binding is coming, the Pashu and Pasha that we discussed. How the Pasha is coming, you understand it, you can get over it. You can undo it to yourself in your life. If you are not bound by fear, if you are not bound by uncertainty, if you are not bound by fear of failure, then you have achieved a state of certain happiness, assurance in life. I'm putting it in a very simple word. It can be physical, it can be spiritual also. It could be adhibhautika, adhyatmika. At the most essential level also, you can have the same experience. You are assured, you are no more uncertain of what you are going to face in life. What are you going to realize or not? That uncertainty is also not there at a higher level. But this is the basic dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And the journey involves the same dynamic at different stages. You could be at a physical stage, at a mental stage, in the Vijnanamaya, the intelligence principle level, or at the psychic level, or at any level. These are the basic dynamics that apply. Your fears, your uncertainties, your assurances, your diligence of practice, the obstacles you face, all these things. Now, this theorizing is what the various darshanas are doing. This is the cause of your uncertainties. This is the cause of your fears. This is the cause of your binding in a way. And you get over this, you are unbound now. So stage after stage, they are telling you how you can unbind yourself. For that, they have posited different models. Somebody says that the Jiva and Para are the same. Somebody says that they are two different entities. You call it Dvaita, Advaita. This is the difference. But in either case, everybody is positing that there is one Brahman. There is one absolute existence of or absolute essence of this entire creation, which is the Brahman. Everything directly or indirectly is at certain stage that only. Therefore, there is a continuity. Every being is ultimately that. And every being, what is every being? Are you just mind? Are you your intelligence? Are you your body? What are you? There are the three bodies, right? There is a gross body. Then there is a subtle body, Sukshma Sharira. Then there is a causal body, Karana Sharira. And there is a Mahakarana. There is the absolute, basically. Within that, these sheets, if you open up these sheets, the causal, subtle, gross, what remains is the absolute existence. So because you are ultimately an absolute existence, realizing your true nature is an assurance of your unbinding, all forms of unbinding.